We back! We back, baby! Andy Kruger here. Welcome to yet another YouTube live stream where I'm here to answer all your dog training questions and solve all the world's problems. Well, the first part of that's true. What's up, everyone? So the way that these work is I'll let some questions come in, I'll let some viewers come in, and while I do that, I'm going to talk about an important topic in dog training, which this week, the age-old question, can I pet your dog? No, you can't. That's what we're going to talk about today. So thanks for being here, guys. Hit the Patreon if you're really interested in seeing some training. Patreon.com/Andy Kruger, subscription-based service. All my videos on there, behind the scenes, stuff I'd never post anywhere else, blah, 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 blah. My merch, go to any of my regular Monday videos, link in the description. Get you some dirty paw prints not included. All right. I do not allow anybody to pet my dog. And I know how that's going to sound. I can already hear people out there, oh, Andy, you can't. I'm going to explain to you why. You should not let anybody pet your dog if you're remotely interested in dog training. If you could care less about your dog's training, then by all means, let anyone pet them. Number one reason for me, you are not allowed to pet my dog. To the dog, that interaction is valuable. They want it. It benefits them. Would you not want a massage if someone offered, hey, come give me a massage? It's beneficial to the dog. It's a reward. It's positive reinforcement. Reinforcement means the dog's more likely to repeat it. Do not let people pet your dog. Here's why. You go out in public, someone walks up to you, hey, can I pet your dog? Oh, sure, you can pet the dog. Oh, Fluffy doggy. Oh, I love dogs. You're so cute. Fluffy, make me happy. Okay, see you later. Now your dog just learned that when you're out and about at any very bad for dog training, I harp on it over and over again, you need to be the most valuable thing to your dog. Period. You need to be the most valuable. You own the dog. Literally, legally, you own the dog. That means you are responsible for them and their behavior. You want your dog to know that. Hey, I buy your food. See this roof over your head? It's my roof. You want the dog to know that. But if value comes at any moment, anywhere, from anyone, your value as an owner, handler, and trainer tanks. You're no longer the most valuable thing to your dog. Oh yeah, you pet me at home all the time. Oh, look at this new person. Oh my gosh, they're gonna pet me. Very bad for training. We immediately lose focus. We immediately lose engagement. We convey to the dog that random strangers can and will reward you at any time. All of those things put together, your dog's mind is off of you. How many people can relate? You take your dog out somewhere, let's say you take him to the hardware store, a building where there's going to be a bunch of people. You're walking your dog around, you pass another person, and how many people can relate? If you were to drop your leash and sneak away from your dog, would your dog even notice? They'd go right up to that person and they'd go, pay me, pay me. Terrible for training. You're the only person that pets the dog. You're the one that holds all the value. Do you guys know why you're not allowed to pet service dogs? Because if you do, they immediately clock out from their job and focus on you. What if their handler starts to have a seizure, but they're getting a belly rub from you? They can't do their job. Now, while you may not have a service dog, you want your dog to work for you. Work means the dog's job is to stay right on your left side on a loose leash, aware of what you're doing at all times. That's the dog's job. So if random strangers come up and grope your dog, it's going to take them out of that mindset. They're going to clock out, and you could lose them by just dropping the leash and walking away. That's one reason, because you need to be the most valuable thing to your dog at all times. Over socialization is the biggest problem that I see, whether the dog's reactive on leash or whether they just want to get to a person or another dog. Over socialization is a massive problem. Every breeder and vet will tell you, dogs got to meet people, dogs got to meet dogs, dogs got to socialize, dogs got to socialize, dogs got to... While there is some truth to that, there's a little bit of truth to that, but that by no means means go out and let everyone touch your dog, let them meet every dog they see. Meeting another dog when you're out walking is the worst possible thing you could do for your training for the same reasons. Now, strange dogs that are out and about hold exponentially more value than you do. That dog doesn't buy their food. That dog doesn't put a roof over their head, but they like that dog that they don't even know better than you. It's over socialization. Now, here's the caveat. When you get a brand new puppy, it is obviously beneficial to have them meet more people than just you. Obviously, we don't want our dogs to be weirded out or scared of people. But notice I put, you can't pet my dog. Puppies and dogs are different. When I have an 8-week-old, a 10-week-old, maybe even a 12-week-old, the people closest to you in your circle, your family, your friends, people that may be involved in the dog's life, of course, we can facilitate a situation where they can meet and interact with another person. That is, of course, healthy. But here's how you do it. You have an 8-week-old puppy. Just got him from the breeder or her. Bring him home. Go out the front door. Walk around the front yard. Up and down the street. You come across your neighbors. And they go, oh my gosh, look at that puppy. It's so cute. I just want to kiss his face. This is what you need to do. You need to go stand right next to those people, just like you would having a conversation. They need to ignore the puppy. Ignore him, but he's cute. Ignore him. 2 minutes goes by. He's jumping on them. He's biting their leg. 2 minutes goes by. Now, your puppy has lost interest in interacting with those people. He jumps, he jumps, he jumps. We ignore. And then the puppy goes, okay, no value there. And then they start sniffing the ground. Maybe they try to leave. At that point, if you want those people to pet the puppy, then they can pet him. But if puppy walks up, he's pulling, he's all excited. Right when he gets to him, oh, he gets all that praise. That's going to absolutely destroy any obedience training that you want to install in the near future. A puppy must be neutral first. That's the ticket. Whether it's a dog, whether it's another person, they must be neutral first, so they don't see initial value. There it is. Here comes the paycheck. So you can have them meet maybe a handful of people within the first few weeks or month that you own them. But after you establish my puppy's social, my puppy has no problem meeting people, cut it off. Trust me, it's there. It'll be there. Anytime in the future the dog wants to meet, it's going to be there. But you need to cut that. I want to see, hey, is my puppy weirded out about meeting this person? Oh, no? Treats them the same as me? Awesome. Confident. 30 seconds. Done. Good. Rinse and repeat 1 or 2 times over the next couple weeks. Okay, good. We're social. Money in the bank. Let's move on. When you're out and about, look at a dog and just enjoy the dog from a distance. Oh, wow, look at that dog. Beautiful. Oh, wow, he's really well trained. Oh, wow, that dog has no training. Don't you go up to that dog. Don't you try to pet that dog. Get your own dog. Andy, can I pet your dog? You can pet your own dog. If I'm out with my kid, you want to come touch my kid too? Get out of here. Pet your own dog. My dog's in training. My dog is being trained to work for me, aka only focus on me. You can't pet my dog. It's bad for their training. Let's get into some questions. What do we got here? Hey, what's up? What's up, Sam? What's up, George? I'm looking for a good German Shepherd, but have no connections. Where to start? Guys, here's the thing with breeders. I never recommend breeders. It's just, I don't recommend breeders. But George, what you want to look for, depending on, if you want a German Shepherd, you obviously want a working dog. So I'm going to contact breeders and get the rundown on the dog's parents. Don't tell me the parents are friendly. Don't tell me the parents have champion bloodlines. That's all gobbledygook to me. I want to know what specifically those parents have done, what specific temperament tests they've done. I want to see what their parents have done. I want to see what temperament tests their parents have done. With German Shepherds, you're looking for IGP stuff. You're looking for BHs. You're looking for levels 1, 2, 3. This means the dog has been formally trained and proven themselves under a strict set of testing. Champion bloodlines. But the champion of what? Champion of what? He's friendly. Oh, he's never met someone he doesn't like. I want to see what the dog's actually done on paper. So that's a good place to start. What's up, Allie? Happy to finally make one of the lives. What's up from the UK? There's Rhett. Let's go. Hi from Denmark. Let's go. She Bites arrived today. Love it. The She Bites shirts. That's a He Bites. Got the She Bites too. Both my dogs. Hey, from South Carolina. What's up? Sign up on Patreon. Do it. Linda, you're a smart lady. Hey, Andy. Hey. He bites, she bites, they bite. I need a Don't Be a Baby shirt. That would be a great shirt. Don't be a baby. How do I stop my Malinois puppy from biting me? You don't be a baby. That's how. BH competition next week. Whoa, Jordan, let's go, baby. BH is a great temperament test, entry level of IGP. Okay, here's Linda. I see this all the time. Hyper labs and Goldens that flip out when they see people. Super friendly, but out of control because of the incorrect socialization. All dogs are way over socialized. They're way. If you didn't have them on a leash and collar, your dog's just gone trying to mingle with every stranger that they see. How do you socialize the dog with people if they can't pet the dog? Great question, Hugh. I actually addressed that in the beginning of this. There is a window in the dog's age. There's a correct time and a correct place to have that interaction. But if you're just moseying about and someone, hey, can I pet the dog? We don't know them. We're not going to have time to train them. We don't have several minutes to stand there and accomplish what we need to before they make contact. So no, you can't. But there's a window in time in that puppy's early puppyhood where there's a correct way to do it. Good luck, Jordan. Yep, good luck. There's my boy, Aaron. What's up, Aaron? Biggest pet peeve. I can't stand people thinking they are entitled to pet someone else's dog. Get out of here. Agreed. Get your own dog. You can sit at home all day. I love you, Fluffy dog. Touching Fluffy makes me happy. Do it to your own dog. What's the fix? The fix is don't touch my dog. Drive-by pets are the worst. Yeah, drive-by pets. That means someone, oh, can I pet your dog? Oh, look, I love you. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh. All right, see you later. You're like, what just happened? That's a good word for it. I think people should be thinking neutralization, not socialization most of the time. That's a great point, Aaron. We need our dogs to be neutral just as much, if not more, than we need them to be social. Let's see, what do we got here? At first it felt rude to tell people no, but now it's easy because it's quite clear he's under command. People don't even ask anymore. Great point, Ashley. When you have a really well-trained dog, if I take Jasper or Freddie out in public, the way they're behaving and working for me, most of the time, people go, oh, look, that dog's trained. Don't touch it, kids. They just know. And of course, I slap on a do not pet vest on my boys, just in case. Yeah, at first it feels rude, but there's a way to do it. I instruct all my clients this way. Oh, look, little Fluffy's home from training. I'm the neighbor. Little Fluffy's home. Can I pet him? And now I'm the handler. Sorry, we're in training, but thank you for asking. That's it. That's all you need. And if they don't respect that and they keep pushing, then you can be rude to them. Finally, I was able to watch the live. What's up, Gustavo? Question. I got an answer. Got a German Shepherd at 4 months old. Her first 4 months of life were raised in a backyard with the litter of other dogs. Definitely not neutral to people or other dogs. How to make her neutral? Very simple answer, Victor. This is how you make the dog neutral. Nobody or no dog ever comes into contact with that dog. Just you. So you're standing there at the park. There's people walking dogs on leashes. There's people running around. Your dog's super interested in all of them, but never gets reinforced by any of them. You do that time and time and time and time again, all of those things will lose their value because it's not reinforced. It's that simple. What's up, Andy? You're my first ever live chat. Luring's going awesome. That sounds good. You can never do too much luring. I wish everyone acted like this. You're telling me. Need to have these later in the afternoon. We'll catch it. Back to training. I hear ya. It'll be on replay. Don't worry. Let's see here. See, Jordan says his dog Bear's out is good on the switch, or when he's thinking I'm going to pop out another toy. If not, he's super sticky. Any tips? Yeah, Jordan, the video that I did on YouTube and the unedited ones on Patreon, teaching that one German Shepherd how to out using only one toy and their training collar, that's the ticket right there. I would imagine your boy Bear is ready to have a little bit of negative reinforcement layered into that out training. Reference that video for sure. If the Dutch Shepherd is a Malinois with stripes, why don't we see much of them competing in French ring? Also, What are the reasons why you prefer the Malinois over the Dutchies? That's a good question. Here's my answer to this, and I do see Dutch Shepherds compete in ring sport, but there's definitely more Malinois. Malinois are designed for the ring sport. They can do IGP, they can do other stuff. Malinois are just designed for ring sport. It's just my personal preference. The Belgian Malinois, it's just a classic dog. It's just my preference. You know, chocolate or vanilla, which one do you like? It's really just a preference thing. But Malinois, I mean, you got to remember, they're designed for ring sport. Hello from Poland. What's up? Let's see here. You said no hunting. I have been. The faster he finds and brings back, the faster we play. He gets good exercise and uses his brain and nose. Can you elaborate on your position? Thanks for all your videos. So what Mitchell's talking about here with the hunting thing, I am not a fan of hiding things for your dog to find. If you have a dog who's going to be a detection dog, they're going to be a search and rescue dog, it's a little bit different. And I understand there can be owners and dogs that can be a little bit of an exception to this rule, but it still doesn't really change the rule. Is it bad to do? Depending. No, I wouldn't say it's bad, but here's why I don't like the dog going out and finding his toy, is because it takes all the value away from you. It's the opposite of playing with you. The dog's big reward, their big goal, is far and away from you. That's what I don't like about it. And I understand if you have a dog that's amazing at playing with you, loves charging to you with the toy and plays. Okay, you may have something there. But for the most part, I'm generalizing for the average owner. Good work for their brain. They go out and find stuff. It's not good work for their brain. It has nothing to do with you. And then you're conditioning the dog to, I put my nose down, I wander away from the owner, and I get paid. I put my nose down, I wander far away from the owner, and I get paid. So from an obedience standpoint, from a play standpoint, if you're building those two things, that can be detrimental because your dog's thinking, okay, when can I get away from you and just go search around and do my own thing? That's why I don't really like the hunting very much. Okay, a lot of questions. I lost my place. Let's see what we got. Okay, now I'm super lost in the questions. Give me a second. Give me a second. Here we go. Can you troubleshoot for a neutral dog? Luke, I don't know what that means. Elaborate. Can I troubleshoot what for a neutral dog? I don't get it. With a Belgian Malinois puppy, be good if both of the parents are normal and don't do any dog sports. Well, Hugh, it depends what your definition of good is. Could they make a good companion, a good buddy for you? Sure. I'm sure they could. But I would never buy a Belgian Malinois just to be my buddy. I would get another breed of dog for that. I want a Belgian Malinois because I want to compete with the dog. I want to go to the top with the dog. So if I haven't seen that that's proven in their genetics, I'm not interested. But the dog could be fine depending on your standard. But if your standard is to really work the dog in a program, probably not great. Your chances of getting one that can work are a lot lower than if the parents did work. But just as a buddy or companion, I'm sure it'd be fine. But again, Kind of goes against what the breed is for. All right, what do we got here? They're from India. What's up? My Malinois is obedient, but seems to be difficult to control when my daughter is around. She sometimes nibbles on my child's clothes. How to correct that? Here's the thing. This is a classic Belgian Malinois. This is why everyone will say Malinois don't make good pets. Malinois don't make easy pets. Don't have a Malinois for a pet. If you had a Golden Retriever, a Labrador Retriever, a Spaniel, a King Charles Cavalier, etc., etc., you probably would never even run into that issue because Malinois are biting machines out of the box. As soon as they figure out how their mouth works at a few weeks old, they're using it, and they're using it for a while. So I would say two parts to that. The first part, do we need the Malinois to be in that situation with the kid running around? We don't need that. It'd be nice. We don't need that. The dog needs to be neutral around the child. The dog cannot physically be able to get to the child. We need to build engagement and control before putting the dog in that situation. In a perfect world, that situation never even transpires because we've set the dog up for success. We don't even put him around the kid until we have nice control and focus. And then we ease our way in. So how to correct that? You don't correct it. You go back to step number 1 and create a neutral dog, however long that takes. I've had a parent not paying attention to their 5-year-old daughter, and she came up behind my dog and hugged him around the neck from behind. She's lucky it was my dog. Bad parent. Definitely not ideal. Definitely keep your kiddos close by. I have a Rottweiler. It is very few who wants to pet an adult Rottie. True. How to introduce our Doberman to our new baby. Now, Jimbo, you might not like my answer, but I'm going to be dead honest. I tell all my clients this. I do this myself. You don't introduce the dog to the baby. You don't. There's zero reason that dog needs to come into contact with a baby. There's zero reason. That dog needs a place command. That dog needs training to be in the same room as the baby, and that's it. There is never a reason with a new baby a dog needs to be this far away from them. The dog will never need to touch them or lick them. The dog will never need to be able to sniff them up. You don't need it. But I want it. You don't need it. All you're going to do is create the potential for many, many issues. Your dog needs to be neutral. Your dog needs to be able to be in the same room day after day, month after month, with the baby in it. And no, that's not my business. That's not something for me to explore and investigate. Neutral. That's how you do it. Let's see here. What would you tell people who just reach out for your dog without asking? I'd get my hand ready and I'd, just kidding. Don't assault people. Hold on, lost my place. What would I do for someone that just reaches out and touches my dog? I would say, oh, hey, excuse me. No, please don't pet. In training. No, sorry. Yeah, no, don't pet. He's in training. Please don't pet. That's what I would do. No, he's in training. Don't pet. Oh, yeah. Socialization is interspecies communication. I don't know what that means. I guess that would depend on your definition of socialization, right? If you walk into a bar or a restaurant, you're a perfectly social person. Do you want to come into contact with every single person at the bar or the restaurant? Do you want to give a hug to every single person at the restaurant? You want to sit down with every person? You want to hold hands with everyone? So definitions of socialization are different. I could go to a restaurant, sit down with my family, enjoy a nice meal. It's a social atmosphere. It's a social experience. It doesn't mean I have to come into direct contact with every single person there for it to be considered a social activity. So I guess it just depends on your definition, but that's mine. I have had to drill into every female I am with to not stop and pet people's dogs. I've had dogs I didn't really let around very many people, and they would eat a stranger. People like to pet dogs. I'm not one of them. Hey, Andy, I have a Malinois herder mix. Your tips and tricks have helped us a lot. Best regards from Germany. Thank you very much. I like to hear it. Not a Malinois owner, so please be nice. Since you want a Malinois to bite, how do you handle them when they're puppies and just bite everyone and everything? You have to be a master manipulator of dogs and puppies. You have to have tons and tons of quality experience. The best trainers that I know, there's never been a time where they go, man, this dog keeps biting me. When you know the dog, when you know how to train the dog start to finish, and you've done it time and time again, you'd be surprised. Those problems don't really manifest themselves. Within the last 2 years, 2.5 years, we've had probably 5 Malinois puppies here. Of course, we didn't keep them all. We've had probably 5. I never had an issue with the biting because of their lifestyle, because of the interactions that we've had, and the schedules that they've been on. It's management at the end of the day. Now I'm going to be nice. Now this is me being nice. This is me being nice. If you get a Malinois puppy and you go, oh my God, they're biting so much. How do I stop the biting? This is how you stop the biting. You put the puppy in the car, you take the puppy back to the breeder, and you go, I've gotten a dog that I don't know how to handle. Here you go. I'm going to go get a lab. That's me being nice. How do you make your dog only listen to your commands and not to a stranger? I've never had a stranger attempt to give my dog commands. I've never seen that. Really a non-issue for me. Andy, what are your thoughts on the best ways to start distance commands? Ashley, the best way with that is a place bed or some sort of a position box. Because if you're doing commands at a distance, most dogs are going to naturally want to gravitate towards you, which defeats the purpose of the exercise. So you have them on their climb, you're 3 feet away, they're standing up, you say sit, sit, down, and you gradually move back from there. Same thing with a position box. So that structure, that rigid barrier prevents them from running towards you. What's up? What's up? Patreon crew, let's go. Pay your boy for even more amazing content. Thank you very much. Once I saw the video, I used the prong in one tug. He won't pull back, but he'll just chew until I give him negative reinforcement. Rinse and repeat, Jordan. That could take a month. Rinse and repeat. The more you do this, the more you will form your own technique and your bond with the dog. Keep it up. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Narcos won and we still work on neutrality at the park. Work never stops. You got that right. It's a lifestyle. What about hide and seek? My dog likes when I hide and he comes to find me. You like that? But that's my personal preference. If you want, you can do it. I don't do it though. Here everyone just talks to your dog and tries to call it even if they don't know. Either the dog or the owner. So rude. It is rude. You're walking through a store, someone goes, oh, look, doggy. Oh, doggy. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a dog at home? Yeah, I do. Go do that to them. Why are you screwing with my dog? It's weird. I feel your pain. I've walked past a bunch of guys. One of them stuck his hand out to just pet my dog. I just blocked him. I was shocked. I'm so tired. People think that a woman walking with a German Shepherd and think they can. Yes, that's very annoying. I feel your pain on that. Here's what you got to do. Go to Amazon, spend like 25 bucks, get a little vest with Velcro patches that say do not pet in big letters. Stick them on either side of your dog. That's going to knock down like 3/4 of any possible shenanigans from people. Question, how obedient are your pet dogs? How long will they keep a climb command? How's your life with them? Well, my pet dogs, look, both my pet dogs, I have a Jack Russell and a Boykin Spaniel. They're both 12 years old. So back in the day, they held climb. Back in the day, they were trained and all that kind of stuff. They're complete seniors. God love them. They hang out around my house. They go outside. I let them run around. They come when called. But as far as like sit, down, stay, climb, I don't really do that with them. One, I don't have the need to do it. Two, that's all I do all day, every day with client dogs, with my own dogs, training. I mean, they're retired. They're seniors. So I don't really train them a lot. They play a lot. They have tons of freedom and stuff outside, but I mean, if I really needed to climb them, I could, but I just don't. They're pretty good without it. My life with them is awesome. I hope they live another 10 years. Please, God, 10 more. But it's good. I love them. How long after mealtime will you resume activity? 1 to 2 hours, but usually more. I usually, feeding my dogs and exercising my dog, they're never close together at all. I'll either feed in the morning and train later in the day, or I'll train in the morning and then feed much later in the day, just to be safe. Do genetics matter much in a Belgian Malinois for dog sports? Hugh, genetics are everything for a Malinois in dog sports. Genetics matter 1,000,000%. Genetics are everything for sport dogs. Take a person. Do genetics matter for someone that wants to play in the NFL? Do genetics matter for someone that wants to play in the NBA? Oh, yeah. You can train someone all day, every day, their whole life, but if they're 5 feet tall, 100 pounds, probably not going to happen, right? So yeah, Hugh, genetics are literally everything. How do you build engagement with a dog? Well, Hugh, I'm glad you asked, because on my YouTube channel for free, I have endless videos of training engagement with dogs. Check those out, sir. I have a Dutch herder, and she's the most loving and gentle dog I've ever had. Never once had any aggression from her. Thanks for sharing. My dog has very high food drive. Ball and toy drive is patchy. How do I build it? 2-minute sessions on a harness with a second person holding it. Tease, 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 tease. Give a bite. Tease, 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 tease. Give a bite. Tease, 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 tease. Put the dog away. Rinse and repeat that once a day, 4 days a week, 2 months. And never, ever give them toys outside of that. I've been watching a lot of Ring 3 attack videos. The first pivot gets almost every dog. Timing's everything. I made myself She Bites shirts and it helps a lot. Nice. Okay, what do we got here? How to teach your pretend Belgian in another country to come every time you call. He is aggressive. All right. I like your answer. Thank you. I don't know to what, but thank you. Question, Andy. I remember you saying you don't do decoy work with Dobermans. Why not? Did I say that? How rude. I've decoyed for some Dobermans, but again, I'm a ring sport guy. I'm not a personal protection guy. I'm not a police dog guy. I know about that training. I've done that training, but I'm a ring sport guy. And for ring sports to dominate at the highest level, it's a Belgian Malinois sport. So I like Malinois. Thanks, Jimbo. Okay. Love how you create conscience instead of people trying to change the breed's purpose and just have to adjust their pick of breed. Yeah, here's the thing. If you are constantly like wanting to change stuff about your dog or like stop stuff that your dog's doing, it's really likely you have the wrong dog for you and have facilitated the wrong lifestyle. You really should. I've never had my dogs interacting with them and thought like, oh man, I wish you were different. Oh, I wish you didn't do this. Oh, I wish you did that. If I thought that all the time, I probably have the wrong dog for me. Huge fan from Brazil. What's up, Brazil? Since my dog changed his teething, he's not holding much when he bites anymore. What do you do with a 6-month-old puppy? Start doing bite work with him after changing teeth? Gustavo, great question. I don't do bite work with puppies that are teething at all, period. In fact, a lot of the best ring trainers in the world, they do a little bite work, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and then they don't touch any bite work till 9, 12 months old. So I don't even touch bite work during teething. It could lead to a laundry list of problems. How do you feel about a Malinois mix? I bought him as a full Mal, but I just DNA'd him, and it turns out he's 75%, 25% German Shepherd. I'm not a fan of like crossbreeding at all in general, but I've seen some Malinois German Shepherds that are cool, so take that as you will. What's your favorite attack to decoy? The face gun attack looks fun. Jordan, my favorite's the face attack. It's the downfield attack with the baton. Face attack's my favorite, but I'm also a huge fan of the flea attack. I like the revolver attack too, though. Once you take that stick out, you're really left with nothing but your technique. So I like all the attacks, but the face attack's where it's at. Best way to make a German Shepherd stop pulling. She's crazy on the lead to the point where she's nearly pulling me over. Now, you're obviously new here, and I appreciate you being here, and I don't want to sound like a jerk, but best way to make a German Shepherd stop pulling. If you're looking to stop your dog from doing something, we're no longer talking about dog training. This is what you meant to say. How do I build a reliable, conflict-free heel? That's the question. Dog training is building, not stopping. How do you stop the dog from pulling? You stop facilitating the situation where they practice that over and over, and you learn the craft of teaching a dog how to heel. In fact, for free on this channel, I have several videos outlining the beginning steps of teaching a dog to heel. You master that and want to go even further? Well, just so happens my Patreon has countless videos of me training dogs to heel of all breeds and ages and skill levels. So the question is, how do I build a reliable conflict-free heel? And my answer is, I outline all that in my free videos. Not stopping building. Of course the dogs did you expect that one day the dog would just walk perfectly next to you? Not trying to be a jerk, I'm just saying. Hey, from Guatemala, I have a Malinois. Your Patreon's helped us a lot. Thank you, I love to hear that. Just got a pit bull. How capable are they at dog sports? What limitations have you seen? Same training methods with your Mals? Thanks for, yeah, I would train a pit bull the exact same as I would train a Malinois for sure. In fact, any dog I own, I'm pretty much going to train them with my same techniques, my same lifestyle setup. Of course, my goals with them will depend on the sessions I do, but yeah, pit bulls, their limitations, it's a smaller dog, so if you're getting into the upper levels of ring sport, getting over those jumps could be problematic. But I've seen a lot of pit bulls do PSA and do great. Hey Andy, Mike from Patreon. There he is. What's up, Mike? Your out's looking good, man. Any tips on developing a tuck sit as opposed to rocking back? Yeah, Mike, that's all about the lure. That's all about the lure and maybe applying some pressure with the other hand. So sit, down, stand, sit, down, stand. It's all in the lure. And even though your dog isn't a little tiny puppy anymore, go back to luring. Soft treat is ideal so they can nibble out of the hand. And if you can't get your absolute perfect sit, no commands, no leash pressure, just using that lure, don't move on until you have that. Mike, this is going to be muscle memory from the dog. And to get that muscle memory, you need 1,000 quality repetitions. When you get in your car and start driving, it's all muscle memory. You don't have to think, wait, what pedal do I push to put it in gear? Okay, this one. Okay, now what pedal do I press to make it go? No, you jump in your car and you go because you've done it 1,000,000 times. It's muscle memory. Same thing for your dog. What's up, Andy from Alaska? Yo, my dog's a lab mix and looks sweet, but he naturally hates meeting new people. It was really easy to teach him to be neutral, but people love to try to pet him. I tell them, no, I understand. Now, just to nitpick a little bit, I don't believe that dogs hate. I stay away from using the word hate with a dog. The way I would phrase it is that potentially meeting a new person causes my dog stress. Potentially meeting a new person causes my dog anxiety. My dog becomes fearful when potentially meeting a new person. I like to use those words instead of hate. You know, they don't hate it. We want to know what's really going on with the dog. If a dog feels uncomfortable, they're experiencing stress, anxiety, potentially fear. My preferred words. But yeah, tell people, no, don't touch him. He don't want you touching him. It's annoying when you say no and they still try to baby call them over. Oh, that's the worst. No, you can't pet him. Oh. One of the hardest parts of dog training is managing environments. You take that dog out and about, you don't really have control of people in that environment. You can tell them, you can ask them, you can tell them, you can yell at them. It's not your brother, your sister, your partner, your mom, your dad. You never know. So yeah, that definitely makes it hard. Andy, been promoting your Patreon channel. Thank you, Dana. And my friends love the bite shirt. Sweet. Genetics matter for everything. My mail just impresses everyone. Nice. Genetics are everything. Okay, lost my place. Uh-oh. Come on now. Here we go. How to keep constant eye contact during competition heel work. Well, you need to build a reliable, conflict-free attention heel. If your dog's losing attention in the heel, you're probably going too fast too soon. I know IGP competitors that take 2 years to build their heel. That's right, 2 years. And guess what? After that 2 years, it's still a constant maintenance. It's muscle memory. So if the muscle memory isn't there, if it's not there when you're driving a car, you need to drive more. You need to practice more. You need to practice more simply. You need to slow everything down. Don't go too fast. Do you have any videos on starting the send out? Starting the send out is in some of my videos for sure, but I don't have a specific video. Hey, this is how you start the send out. But Sonia, that's a good idea. I might need to do that for the Patreon here soon. I do online death row shelter dog rescue advocacy. The amount of Malinois and Dutch Shepherds dying from human failure, backyard breeders dream money, but people aren't ready for high drive dogs. Sad. Yeah. Do not get a Malinois. Do not get a Dutch Shepherd. Do not get a German Shepherd unless you have extensive formal training from a credible professional, or else you're going to screw the dog up. You're going to ditch the dog. It's going to turn into someone else's mess, and then the dog could potentially game over. I don't care how much experience you have with dogs. I don't care how up for the challenge you are. If you are not under the instruction of a very credible professional who's helping you own, raise, and train your dog, you're not really going to be successful. Any tips on how to get a German Shepherd to stop pulling on the lead? Whoever wrote this, thank you for being here. I'm sorry, I have to pick on you a little bit. What happened? Where am I? I'm just kidding. German Shepherd's not pulling on the lead. She knows we're going to pull so much. She's nearly pulling me off my feet. She listens to the commands inside, but not outside. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the question. My biggest pet peeve is, how do I stop my dog from this? How do I stop my dog from doing that? How do I stop this? I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at, and it's all good. I'm not mad at you. I know what you're getting at. You need to completely scrap walks. Shelf it. Don't take your dog on a walk. You need to learn about dog training. It's going to take hundreds of hours over months and years. This is like basically you've never used a tool or built anything in your life, and you have to learn woodworking. How long is that going to take? Well, it's going to take years. and learning how to properly train a dog is extremely similar. You need to scrap all situations that will facilitate behaviors you don't want. You need to build perfect engagement. You need to build a perfect heel, and then you need to incrementally introduce one tiny distraction at a time until you reach the peak where you can take the dog out and execute a heel. How do you stop pulling? You teach the dog how to heel. Why does a dog listen to commands at home but not outside? Your dog listens to commands inside but not outside because the dog has not generalized the command, meaning they only know it in one context. Your dog sits every time at home inside, but when you take it out and about, it doesn't sit the same way it does at home. That's because they don't actually know sit. They know it in a certain context, but they don't actually know sit. So the dog does that because the behavior is not generalized. Had an old guy raise his voice at me in the middle of Lowe's. Don't pet this dog. When I told him no, it's just women who think they can pet every dog. Well, I don't know about that. Seems a little sexist. Going out and about with your dog who's in training is really a beast. I mean, you never know what weirdo is going to run up and touch them. You never know what kid is not going to be being watched by their parent. You never know what wacko is going to have little Fluffy on a 20-foot flexi leash, not even paying attention. If you're interested in training, taking your dog out and about is no duck walk. That's for sure. Can a 4-year-old male start doing French ring? Yeah, they could. They could. This might be a weird question. I like it already. Do Jasper and Freddie mark their territory a lot? I'm training a couple of dogs that are nuts about marking every single vertical thing in bush they see. Yeah, Freddie and Jasper be doing that. But they're always on my property, so they're not crazy about it, but yeah, they do. Okay, I don't know if I get this question. How can see the dog area when it looks up to you all the time? Oh, I know what you mean. How can a dog see what's going on if they're looking up at you all the time? An attention heel is good for IGP competition. It's required. An attention heel looks real pretty if you want to feel good and flex on social media a bit. But I don't train the attention heel with my dog for ring for a lot of reasons. One of them, my dog needs to see the jumps, to see the decoy, to see the retrieve item, to see the end of the field for the send out. I do want my dog to look around, so I don't personally train an attention heel. I'm actually using those bushes as primary reinforcers and it's kind of working. What do you think? Using those bushes, primary reinforcers. I don't really follow, my brother. What about when kids ask to pet your dog? This is what you do when kids ask. You say, oh, thank you for asking, but I'm sorry. He's in training and I'm the only one that can pet him. But thank you for asking. That's what you say. Later, man, back to training. Thanks for the help. See you, Jordan. Okay. Sometimes I like to glance over the questions before I read them out loud. You know what I'm saying? The heel command takes a lot if you want the dog to stop pulling on leash. The best way is to know how to use a prong collar correctly. Not everyone has the time to teach the dog how to heel. So Hugh, I'd completely disagree with you. The prong collar is irrelevant to training heel. It's absolutely irrelevant. I trained my dog to have an extremely reliable and conflict-free heel. never using a prong collar. I like the prong. I layer it into my training. I do use it, but if I never could use a prong again, it wouldn't be a problem for my heel training. That's actually a very common mistake people make, associating the prong with heeling. Training a dog to heel properly has nothing to do with a prong. Teaching a dog to heel properly has nothing to do with an e-collar. Prong collars and e-collars should not be in the category of teaching. You don't teach anything with a prong. You don't teach anything with an e-collar. Those are to be layered in properly in the future to further proof and reinforce behaviors, but teaching with a prong is definitely the wrong way to go. Focus heel will be the death of me. Dog training's hard indeed. That's a beast, Linda. Andy, how much obedience should I put on my 6-month-old Mal who I want to put into personal protection down the line? I don't want to kill his drive with too much. So you're lumping together control and pressure. They're not one and the same. You can train your dog all day, every day, and only enhance their drive. If you're putting pressure and prongs and e-collars, yeah, you could destroy the dog's drive. But lots of control, it's a myth that it's going to bring the drive down. Total myth. Andy, you need to make a he and she bites bandana. That's a great idea. I should. My 18-month-old Mal is 35% Dobie, and between a great trainer who competes at IPO and your Patreon and a lot of time and effort from me, we now have an absolutely awesome, fulfilled dog. Thank you. You nailed it, Allie. You're putting in the work. You're finding the credible professionals. You're putting in the time and energy. You're making the investment, and now you're seeing a return on the investment. Bingo! How quickly could some inexperienced but athletic person get ready for a French ring decoy certification? Would a few days seminar be enough? No way, Benjamin. How quickly could an inexperienced but athletic person get ready for a French ring decoy certification? Minimum 2 years. Minimum 2 years. I mean, a couple of days. You're probably going to be at about the same point you were to start with. No, this takes years to do. Great question. Do you teach your dog to pull on a flat collar for ring? If so, what do you use when you go out? I like the harness. I need my dog to be able to pull for his French ring training. I like a harness for that. A flat collar can be used as well. When I take him out and about, I use a slip lead and I implement heel. If I'm not going to make him heel, flat collar. Andy, what's the best age to start bite work? Can I still train with prey with a 6-month puppy? Yeah, you want to stay away from bite work during teething, so you can do some bite work, 8 to 16 weeks, shelf it for several months, revisit it 9 to 12 months. How do I stop taking things from the bottom? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. I have a skittish Mal mix. She's 10 months now. How do I boost her confidence with dogs her size? Teach her to be neutral and teach her that dogs that come around her will be neutral as well. If the dogs she's around aren't neutral, that's going to continue to be a detriment to her. So I'm telling you guys what, the dogs that your dog interacts with or is around are everything. You need specific dogs to be around that dog and just project that neutral, calm presence. Would you teach focus heeling and loose leash walking at the same time? Would this confuse a young dog that's still learning to heel? Mike, you could do it at the same time if they're on different sides. Attention on the left, laxed heel on the right. Then you can intermingle them. But for the most part, no. I'll pull the dog out. I'll do a focused heeling session, and then I'll put the dog away. I'll pull the dog out, maybe do some loose leash, casual stuff, and I'll put the dog away. So I separate them until the dog's really getting it. What do you do when people come and let their dog sniff your dog without ever asking? Gustavo, that never happens to me, my brother. That never happens to me because I am watching everybody like a hawk. And if I have a dog out in public, I know who's around me. I know who's behind me. I know how far away they are. And if I see someone starting to come up to me or get close with a dog, we out of there, baby. How many times a day are you pulling the dog out for training when you're really working it? 3 to 6 times, depending on the length of the session. 3 to 6 times. 6 10-minute sessions, 3 20-minute sessions, 4 20-minute sessions, something like that. If you strive for focus heel, do you only ever have a focused heel? Maybe. You definitely need your dog to have both. You need your dog to have a nice laxed with me, and then you want your nice attention. You want to train both for sure. If you only ever do focused heel and that's how they only know how to walk, then yeah, maybe you won't have the with me. Train both. Many good dog trainers teach the dog to loose leash walk with a prong collar. Why isn't that good? It takes like 15 minutes to learn the dog from stop pulling. Now, Hugh, here's where we're going to disagree. I don't believe that good dog trainers teach the dog to loose leash walk with a prong. I don't think that that's good dog training, and I don't think that that's good. It only takes 15 minutes to learn the dog to stop pulling. It doesn't, though. It doesn't. Because take the collar off and they're back to pulling. So did they ever really learn not to pull? No, they didn't. Nothing good in life comes in 15 minutes. Nothing. You don't learn to drive a car in 15 minutes. You don't learn to become a master of a craft in 15 minutes. You don't get a six-pack abs in 15 minutes. Anything worthwhile is hard, takes a long time, and not everyone can do it. So I would respectfully disagree that somebody taking 15 minutes to get a dog to stop pulling on a prong is a good dog trainer. I would completely disagree, but there is nothing. I just gave a but for nothing. That's my opinion. Should I always bring my dog? Let me spin this on you, Hugh. Did the dog learn to stop pulling if the prong comes off? So now the dog isn't trained. The dog learns, if I pull hard on this, it's uncomfortable. So I won't pull as hard. And the moment that prong comes off you, you're screwed. So now the dog respects an inanimate object and not your command. If you tell a dog heel on a flat collar and they pull, they don't know heel. So Hugh, if you say, oh, a great trainer taught a dog in 15 minutes to stop pulling and heel on the leash. Put on a slip lead, say heel, and start walking. And if they don't heel, that trainer has not trained them to do anything. Should I always bring my dog to the same place for the first few months of training and then work our way up to, say, like a park or something? You know, it just all depends on the dog. I would mix it up for sure. You can go same places, you can go different places. I'd mix it up, but I wouldn't do it to death either. I wanted to say that he's always upside down, takes anything from below. Okay, I don't really get that question, I'm sorry. What is something that people never talk about that someone should know about owning, raising, and training a Malinois before doing so? What is something that people never talk about? Malinois are genetically designed to bite. So if you are not a master of manipulating a Malinois' bite, you're going to have major problems with your dog. What if you only use the prong collar when going out? Then you don't have real training. When I compete, you can't use a prong collar. You can't use an e-collar. You can't tell the dog no. You can't reward the dog. You can't correct the dog. The judge and the program want to see if the dog's actually trained. So Hugh, my opinion on that, but I always use a prong so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, that's totally fine, but the dog's not trained. The dog's not trained to walk. The dog doesn't understand leash manners. He doesn't know what heel is. It's really no different than a gentle leader at that point. You can totally do that and live a happy life with your dog and be satisfied. But for me, as a competitor and a dog trainer, I would look at that dog and go, that dog knows nothing. They just don't pull as hard when metal spikes are on their throat. But that dog doesn't know any training. Hey Andy, any tips for helping my 1-year-old mix rescue not to be afraid of large trash bins and signages staked in the grass that startle him? How can I help him be brave? You want to create monster food drive, and you want to only feed your dog 20 feet away from those objects for a month, and then 15, then 10 feet, then 5 feet, then right next to it. That's how you do it. My Malinois is super high energy, even compared to other Malinois. Should I exercise him before dog training classes to get out the energy? Nope, you should never do that. You should never think I need to get out their energy. Do they have more energy, or are they more anxious? Are they more stressed? Are they more driven? No, absolutely not. You need to train who the dog is and not rely on physically exhausting them. How do you become a master for training the Belgian Malinois? That is the question, right? How do you become a master woodworker? You know what I mean? How do you become a master roofer, a master welder, a master driver, master basketball player? You have to surround yourself with masters. If you own multiple dogs, how much do you let your new pup play with the pack? Personally, I don't, but that's just me. I'm not big on the big group of dogs and pack and things like that. I like to establish my relationship with them one-on-one. Can you really train the dog to heel with positive reinforcement training? What if he sees a deer and starts running after it? Hugh, it's a great question, Hugh. I know you would love my content. I can gather that you haven't seen much of it, but if you are interested and take some time, all my free videos here on this channel, I really break down so many components of dog training step by step. You're talking like French ring training, right? Not just feeding them meal during basic training. I don't know what you mean by that, Karen. What do you mean? My dog favors his right leg sometimes. Club members looked and they don't see anything. Yeah, if he's favoring a leg, unfortunately, you're going to have to put that dog on crate rest for like a month or two. It's unfortunate, but definitely be concerned. Yes, even the slightest little thing, there's probably a problem. Big time crate rest. What's your opinion on the gentle leader collar? I hate the gentle leader. I would never use them. I don't mean any disrespect to any people that do use them, but a gentle leader, I won't even sniff one of those things, let alone use it. What % of your training is positive reinforcement? Again, Hugh, if you watch my videos, positive reinforcement is 25% of learning theory. So it's 25% of my training. Great questions, y'all. Thank you for being here. I hope you could pick up one little tidbit or two from this chat. Don't let people pet your dog. It's terrible for your training. Happy training. Get after it. We'll see you on the next video. Peace, y'all.